Hello, my name's Lisa, and this is my channel about stitching. And I get on here every couple of weeks if I'm lucky and talk about what I've been up to. And so there has been some finishing going on in the last couple of weeks. I started a few things and finished them. They're little. Um, I did a little bit of piecing for quilting. I made a little purse to carry my phone in when I didn't want to carry my big purse. And so anyway, hopefully there'll be something fun for you to see. I hope you're creating all the things that are making you happy. It's been a fun couple of weeks. Normally I procrastinate, and so I'll think about something that I'd like to make, like the little purse to carry my phone. I guess we'll start with that one. So I go over and let my neighbor's dogs out every day during the week. And so a lot of times I've found that my shorts and capris and things don't have pockets. So I end up having to carry my phone because I'm always afraid I'm going to fall and not be able to tell somebody to come help me. So I always carry my phone everywhere. And then I also have the key to her house. And I lost it once. And I never lose things. But anyway, but I just don't have pockets. And so I thought, oh, you know what I need to do is just make a cute little thing just big enough to hold my purse, to hold my phone. And that way I don't have to hang on to things all the time. So now I am not a bag maker. I see them all the time and think it would be fun to make, but I'm not, I don't know the ins and outs of making bags. But anyway, I just thought, oh, just start. And so I wanted to make it in a color that would kind of go with, I usually always have some type of jeans on. So I thought, well, if it has something blue in it, it'll be okay. So this is what I came up with. So just big enough just for my purse to go in. And I didn't have anything necessarily for straps. And I thought, well, this twill tape will be okay. It's not like I carry it for long distances. It's just basically to go over and let the dogs out and come back. So, and then I thought, so that I don't lose the key, I want to make a little, like a key fob type of thing and hook it onto the strap so I won't lose it again. So anyway, so this is what I came up with. I just, I pieced a little bit of fabric, then cut the heart shape out and did a blanket stitch around it. And then I did machine quilting on it. So anyway, it's not exactly how I had envisioned it. It's a little bit short. My phone just barely fits in it. But for the first one, it was good. And it's helped me out. I don't have to hang on to so many things in my hands, because usually I'll take a drink with me because it's so flippin' hot, and to be outside in the sun, I usually take something to drink with me. So it's like, okay, we just need to free up some hands. So anyway, so that was my first little creation. I know now so many ways that would have made it simpler. So anyway, but that's the first finish. And then I decided I wanted to be able to switch out my decor. I still have my patriotic stuff up. I was hoping I would get it done for today, but I didn't. So hopefully tomorrow when I do my cleaning, I'll switch over things to be more summer and bee themed. So I wanted to hurry and get those Primrose Cottage pieces, and I forgot to grab the chart for that, but it's the Hive rules. And so I went ahead and made them into pillows. I just put a strip of fabric on the bottom and the side, and then after I had the pillow stuffed, I just did the stitching on the seams there. And then just to cover up, I found a piece of fabric that already had fusible on it. And so I just cut pieces. And I thought I might do a big stitch around the back on that piece. And then again, I might not. But then I got this one finished. Welcome to our hive. I did a piece of brown and yellow on this one, and then just did the same yellow fabric on the back. And then the third one, Be Sweet Like Honey. I tried making them a little bit different sizes, even though I think the stitched pieces are pretty close to the same size. I wanted them to be, to have a little bit of interest. So anyway, they turned out cute. So I'm happy with the way those turned out. And those I think I'll put in my hutch. And so then I was thinking, well, I wonder if I have more finished stitching that just hadn't been fully finished. I thought I had. So, sorry, I hear something going down the road. Oh, it's a big dump truck. I'm so nosy. Anyway, I had done this piece. It came out during quarantine when everybody was doing the Be Well and Stitch things. And this is from Not Forgotten Farm. It's called Be Calm. I believe there was a few other things in the pattern. I think I might have, I don't know if there was like a pot maybe that I didn't do. Anyway, I had started this when my mom was so bad, and I put it away when she passed away, and it was real hard to get back out. But I was almost finished with it, and I thought, oh, just put it up. But this will always remind me of my mom. So, but I love her bee. Oh, it's so cute. I keep thinking I want to do it, because I think this is maybe on like a 32 count or 28. It's a big count of fabric, and I thought, oh, I think it would be so cute if I tried it on 40. Or even just did it over one, because it's a real simple bee pattern. But anyway, so I got that one in a frame. This was just a 50-cent frame I got from the thrift store. Nothing fancy, it's just a little plastic frame. But it gets things out of the box and out where you can see them. And so the next portion, well, let's see, I'll do this one first, and then I have a Pinker and Pumpkin section coming up. So this was, let's see, this is Brenda Gervais, and it is Seasons of the Heart, and this is spring. And so I had that finished for a while, and so I found another frame just from the thrift store and put it in there. I had planned on making this into a pillow, and so I barely had enough fabric to fit in the frame. There wasn't even any to wrap around. It's just basically, so I did find a piece of, what's it called? It's the stuff that Priscilla and Chelsea use all the time. But anyway, it has an adhesive on one side of it, and so I actually used a piece of that just because I didn't have enough fabric to wrap around the sides. But anyway, you'd never know it, because it doesn't, it looks like it's meant to be. Okay, and then I had done, the next part is going to be quite a few of them that I did from Pinker and Pumpkin. So I don't know, I'm pretty sure everybody's aware of Melissa and her generous gift of patterns that we can use. She creates wonderful things and never charges for them, and always just puts them up on her blog. And so if you've never been there, it's pinkerandpumpkin.blogspot. And so if you just Google Pinker and Pumpkin, you'll get everything you need to know. But she has a series of salt box houses, and this one is called The Old Crow. And so I had finished this a while back, and so I got that in a frame, and it's ready to go. This was another one of the 50-cent frames. The only bad thing is I think I need to start using some thinner, like just use mat board instead of the foam core, because when you do that, it takes up the gap in your frame and it's hard to get these little closure things to close and actually hold the back easel part of your frame up. But anyway, I usually just find a place to set it and then just lean it up against the thing, so it all works out. Okay, so the next thing, I thought, well, what else does my little hutch need? And I thought, well, some strawberries would be fun. So Melissa has a couple let's see, I think this one was called, and I mean, I am literally just using scrap pieces of fabric here, and I don't use a hoop, so I don't have to have a big enough piece to fit in a hoop or anything. I'm gonna whack off this that piece because that's gonna be hard to show. But anyway, so this is gonna be a strawberry. I believe it's called Bees and Blossoms Strawberry Pin Keep. I kind of changed the colors. I don't normally go and, like when I'm doing one of Melissa's patterns, I don't usually go and pick colors beforehand. I just have a couple of rings that have some spring colors, some fall colors, spring and summer colors, has a good variety of, you know, some a couple golds, a couple of greens, anyway. And so I just pull out a color, and so anyway, that will be a strawberry. And then I did that in, I think I was working on these on a Sunday, so I stitched the majority of the day on things. And so I think I had started with this, and that went so fast that I picked out another one. This one was called Mary's Basket, and it's a strawberry also. Now it was supposed to have where the yellow flowers, they were supposed to be red, and where I put the, like a lavender color, it was supposed to be blue, but I wanted it all to go in my summer. So anyway, that's how that one turned out. So I'm hoping I will make those into strawberries very soon. And then I was kind of on a roll, and I thought, okay, so now I need something for my island. And so she has one, oh, and this got so wrinkled up. Sorry. See if I can smooth it out a little. She had one called Hive, Sweet Hive. This is another one of Melissa's free charts. And I changed the colors a little bit. The letters, I think, were supposed to be like an orangey, yellowy gold color, but I wanted them to be black. So I used, what did I use? Everybody always says they like my colors, and I didn't know whether you guys would rather me take the time to actually tell you some of the colors that I use, or if you don't care. I hate to bore people if they're not interested, but so anyway, for the hive, the dark colors, I used DMC 3021. But anyway, love it. Love these little bees. So sweet. And so then I still had some more time, and so I found this one on her site also. And I'm not sure that I found the name of this one. Maybe Beehive Sampler or something like that. But so I figured this one I can put in a little frame, and then maybe do a little pillow with this one. I also have my tiered tray, so I might have to either do this one again, or might have to do something for that also. And then my friend Loretta had given me this one that she had done. Let's see, it's Heart and Hand. Let's see, maybe Pocket Round Bee. Maybe that's the name of it. So, and I just used that same ring of floss. Get my needle out of the way here. And so I just found another scrap of fabric and did that one. I did that yesterday morning just before I got busy with doing house stuff. Really went fast. I think it might have taken me maybe an hour. So love that. I'll definitely do another one of these. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to finish it. But hopefully I'll figure that out this coming week. Maybe on the weekend. I've been trying because my husband, I don't know if you haven't been here, he retired in January. And so he's busier now than he's ever been. But a lot of times on the weekend, he'll, especially on Sunday, he'll like to go out in the driveway and work on his projects. And so normally I just sit and stitch, but I've tried to get a little bit more ambitious and come into my sewing room a little bit more and see if I can just putz around and finish some things. And it's really been working out really well. So I try on Saturday mornings to come in here and see what I can create. So, okay, so those are my finishes. Well, I guess not technically. I have a couple more. I've been tinkering with the idea of trying to make some creations and try to sell them. And so a couple years ago, Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine had this pattern in, it's a punch needle pumpkin that you stuff and just use a real pumpkin stem and just put some, I put some silk flowers and some dried flowers on here. Anyway, so I'd made these a couple of years ago and they were fun, so I decided to try to make some more. And thinking about trying to sell them, just because I have a lot of time that I just hang out around here, and I thought, well, maybe I could make some and sell them. So I did a couple, and so I'll just have to trim around these and then sew some wool onto the back. Excuse me, that pop is getting me now. And then stuff it with a little bit of polyfill and then sew them closed. So I did these the other day. So I'm hoping to get those finished up and see if anybody would be interested in them. So, okay. And then I guess we'll do whips next. So there has been a little bit of stitching going on. The first thing I worked on was Plum Street Samplers Yuletide Delivery. And this one has a real pretty deer and Mrs. Claus on the sled, or the sleigh. And so this is what I have so far. So I was able to do some of the flowers and some of the leaves. I just worked on it one evening. So, but I got a little bit of progress on that. And then I want to get this one done so I can get it up on the wall. I have this one in right by my front door. And right now it just has the shutter and nothing on it. It just has some greenery, and I had made a little stuffed punch needle snowman. I just made up my own little design. He was just a little fella. And I'd actually taken down the cross stitch part that was the winter one. And so now it just has the shutter. And I just crack myself up sometimes. I can never completely finish, it seems like completely finish any project. Like I looked the other day and I had this, which was a Christmas thing, or at least winter. And I still have a stocking, Christmas stocking on the back of my front door. Now, granted, we never use our front door, but still, it's like, seriously, that needs to go get put away. But then now I think, heck, it's almost time to put it back up. So what's the point now? But anyway, so I need to get this finished so that I can get a new one put up there. So to make it fit the same finishing piece that I already have used for this winter and spring, I had to do it on a big count fabric. So I think it's like 28 count. And so I'm using 2 strands, which is painful. And I'm just using my own colors. I'm just grabbing them off the rings that I have laying there. But anywho, so I made it all the way down to the house, and I'm working on the grass and the picket fence there. So I'm almost done. Whew. And then I have to do the fall one, and then that series will be finished. So anywho, okay. And then I worked a little bit on the Red House Sampler by Brenda Keyes. And so on this time working on it, I worked on my border. I'm sorry, it's hard to hold it up. I'm going to tilt the camera down a little bit for this part. It's hard to hold it up that high. So I was able to get, let's show you the whole piece so far. So I had just done the flowers, I think. I had done, I think, 3 flowers on the bottom. And so I finished all the way up to the top part. And then I had a little bit of stem over here, and I filled the flowers in over there. So it wasn't huge progress, but progress nonetheless. I just love this piece. I think it's so pretty. I did a blue house on mine and changed the colors. So I think my next plan is going to be to finish the border. But we'll see. As soon as I make a plan, then that seems to be the least of what I want to do. I seem to want to do only other. I never want to do my plans, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Very awkwardly. Okay, and then my last whip, I decided to work on Seasons of the Heart. I showed you the spring one already framed. And during my 12 by 12 New Year's starts, I started the other 3. And so I started to work a little bit on my autumn one. And now I could have gone back and worked on the summer one because I'm almost finished with it. But I was kind of done with Patriotic, so I decided to work on the autumn one. Got a big old crease right down the center. So I finished the house. Well, I framed in the windows and then filled in the house and then did the roof. And that was it. So, but that was fun. I kind of want to get back to that. That's one of the things I really want to work on. So, okay, so those were my whips. Now, I had mentioned before that, like, I was thinking about making some things to sell. And I'm thinking I was just going to put them on Instagram and just try to sell them through that. Um, and then I've thought also maybe I should I should set up an Etsy shop. So if anybody has any tips or any conversation they'd love to have, I'd love to chat with you on Instagram and try to figure out what the best option would be. I kind of thought if I just tried it on Instagram, I wouldn't be out anything. And if they sold, great. And if they didn't, I wouldn't be out anything. And I set up another account, but I haven't posted to it yet. I just put a profile picture in there. And it was funny, a lot of people that I work with and stuff started following it. But then I got to thinking, oh, they're probably wondering, well, you didn't even post anything. You just put your picture up there. But anyway, but that is the Instagram. I thought I would try to do it on a separate one. I think I had talked a little bit with Lisa Smith of Kindred Stitcher, and she had said that's how she does her bags. And so I thought, well, if it works for the Kindred Stitcher, it should work for me. So anyway, well, that was goofy, but I'm too far in to start over. So anyway, so I thought I would just show a few of the things that I have been starting to put together. And just because I mentioned it, and then a couple of people have messaged me and said, well, we need to see them. So I started out by making some strawberries. And so there'll be 2 strawberries in the set. Let me see if I can tilt you down here. Sorry, that was my hand. Anyway, they come on a plate, and they'll come with a little spool. And I just put little letters on there so that people could pick which one they were interested in. But I just put some ribbon around the top. And so, of course, the first ones I thought of were patriotic, but now it's been so long that patriotic's gone now till next year. But anyway, so I have quite a few of these done, and they come with just a little bit of buttons and a spool. This one I put rickrack for the bow. But anyway, so there's a bunch of those in different colors and whatnot. Let me get the other box just a second. Okay. And so, but there's some stitching on them. This I just used some twill tape and some rickrack. But so that's those. And then I have quite a few of these little I think they're considered milk glass maybe, but anyway, they're this white glassware. And so I just made, and I don't have them glued in there or anything. I just have them sitting in there because that way you could actually, put your, like a little thing of needles down there or whatever. And then you can also, a lot of people set their scissors down in. So I have quite a few of these that I can make up. I just have 2 of them made up right now. This was a smaller size. And then they have a little strawberry hanging from them. The bad thing is I have no idea what to charge for anything, and so it's all a work in progress. my thrift store often sells doilies. A lot of them you can tell they've been handmade. You, um, they don't look mass produced or whatever. And so I can get them for a really good price also. So I have some of those that I thought I would do. This one was a cute little crock that I got at the thrift store. And so I just made a little thing to go inside there. But this is another type of deal where um, you could store a little bit of stuff in the bottom, or even use it for an orc container. You know, take this out and just use it for an orc container, and then just cover up your mess. And I thought it'd be cute on a little doily, and you could just put your scissors next to it. So I thought I'd sell those together. And often I can come up with great things to do for vignettes. And a lot of people will say, you know, oh, I wish I had a thrift store like yours. So I thought it might be fun to try to just sell some pieces, parts, you know, little things. So if you were interested and wanted to do it in your own fabric or whatever, you know, I have just those little milk glass containers. I have quite a few of those. I have little salt cellars that people would just set next to their place setting, that you could just grab a little pinch of salt or pepper. And people have been making pin cushions out of those. I have a few of those sitting around. So anyway, so that's what I've been trying to get busy with. And of course I'm not finished yet, but the last thing I worked on was I came in and did some piecing. I thought I would try to make some retreat mats, and so I've started 4 of them, and my plan is to do a strawberry, a sunflower at the bottom, and then do a pin cushion and a needle book to go with it. And so that's what I've been working on. I think I worked on it a couple of days ago. I still have to get in and finish those up. But that was fun, just grabbing some of the fabric. I just have piles of fabric. I just have so much supplies to do the things I love to do. So, and granted, yeah, I might have paid some money, but if I did, it was thrift store prices. So I feel like the margin for profit would be pretty good, even if I maybe didn't make a huge amount per hour. Anyway, this is a lot of blabbering that you probably didn't even need to hear, but a couple people have said, hey, show them. So there they are. So, but that's pretty much it for my stitching and whatnot. Just plan on trying to finish some of the things that I have almost done, but it's been fun. It was fun doing some piecing I hadn't done. I think that's part of the why I had trouble with the little cherry block that I had worked on that gave me a little bit of trouble, was just because I haven't done any quilting in a long, long time. It's funny if you look at your gallery of photos in your phone and actually look back to see how long it's been since, you know, you worked on a certain project. It's like kind of eye-opening when you do it that way and see, oh my goodness, this project has really been going for a long time. I need to get busy. So that's my goal, is just to try to work on things without thinking them to death, and then just trying to finish them up. Whether they turn out absolutely perfect, that's not really the big deal. It's just create something and be happy with it and be finished with it and move on to something new, instead of just have piles everywhere. So it's been good. I've really been having a fun time over here. So but I guess I'll get off here and quit blabbing. I don't have any haul. I actually went to the thrift store to drop off a couple of things. And my husband's like, do you want to go in? And I'm like, no, I'll just find some more stuff to bring home. So We didn't go in. We just went to the grocery store and got a few things and came home. But boy, it's tempting to go in there. I just love that, the thrill of the hunt and see what you're going to find today. But I've brought all this stuff home now. I need to get back in here and use it up. So, okay, well, I'm going to get off here. I hope whatever you're doing is bringing you joy. And I thank you for hanging out with me for a little bit. If you want to share something with me, I am Lisa Abby 9137 on Instagram. And the extra channel that I created to do my sales on is Lisa Abby's Needleworks. And so that's where I'll probably be sharing that stuff. And so, but I will probably get on here and share it first and kind of give you an idea of what day I'll be posting. Or at least I'll post something on Instagram. In case somebody's interested, they can be there. Because I won't have a ton of stuff to sell. I'm just kind of getting my foot wet. So I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for joining me. I hope it wasn't boring. And hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.